Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Gyro. In this unscripted chat-like video, I would like to express my opinions on things that I can no longer avoid and not say anything about. Specific points are going to be the new leadership at Blizzard Entertainment, their latest investor call, and the Blizzard Employee 2 leadership letter that was just released. These are kind of the points that tipped the cup over, so to speak, for me, because I was avoiding these topics. I do not genuinely want any drama on my channel. I'm not here to make enemies. I'm not here to turn my channel into something that it's not, but I can no longer not comment about it. So if you have a mature outlook on this and would like a constructive discussion with me here today on these specific topics, please keep listening. If not, no harm done. Thank you very much for stopping by. I will see you in another video that will be just about Path of Exile, Final Fantasy XIV, back to where I am now. Let's talk about it. So why this background, you will ask me? Because this is a good memory, good fond memory of my good times, fun times in World of Warcraft and being part of Blizzard Entertainment supporters, part of the crowd that I've been part of for over 15 years. I always wanted World of Warcraft to improve. I always wanted Blizzard to be a good place and a good company for me to continue cheering on from the sidelines and continue being a very, very big supporter of. I spent hours and hours, hundreds of hours in World of Warcraft and generally in Blizzard worlds such as Diablo, such as even Hearthstone at a certain point in my life. So I am very passionate about Blizzard games. I am very passionate about Blizzard's past, present and future. Yes, of course, I'm not blind to everything that's been going on, and I was following the news unfolding, recently with all the allegations around very bad treatment of specific vulnerable groups within Blizzard Entertainment. I am not going to recap everything that was said and all of that kind of stuff. I will just jump straight to the latest news there that triggered creation of this video, and I will express my specific opinion about all these latest kind of points. I'll be using here MMO Champion as a website that I've been visiting for many years as I was playing World of Warcraft, as one of the most prominent news websites for anything related to Blizzard and World of Warcraft. So first of all, they are reposting here really the official press release about the new leadership at Blizzard. I'm not going to go into actual detail or read this to you just to make up for the time of this video. That's not my point here. Jay Allen Brack, who is stepping down and is being replaced by two other apparently quite with a high level of pedigree leaders who will steer the ship and in the good direction for future Blizzard, whatever, it remains to be seen. I don't take any of this at face value. Jay Allen Brack has always produced an impression to me personally as a figurehead, as a person who has not done all that much for us as players and just generally as people who are supporting Blizzard from the sidelines or who have been supporting Blizzard. He hasn't done all that much for us to cheer for the man. If you feel like he has, please let me know what I'm missing in the comments down below. What has Jay Allen Brack has done for this company specifically? He was a figurehead, okay? He was a figurehead. Plus, he was a short-sighted figurehead. Yes, it's a bit overused and it's a bit of a dead horse beating here if I keep telling you the quote, his infamous quote of "you think you do but you don't." But I'm sorry, I am also a human being, and that quote, I'm old enough to remember when it was said, and it resonated with me very negatively, because I hate for the developers to think that they know better for me, what's good for me, what's fun for me, and other kind of things. Unfortunately, Jay Allen Brack was only a tip of the iceberg. So in this particular case, and that's where the balanced approach comes here and that I encourage in you as well, whichever position you take, pro or con, I think Jay Allen Brack as a figurehead is only a mouthpiece. He's only a mouthpiece. He's only a figurehead and a tip of the iceberg that reflects how the company feels about a lot of things, how their policies are, how generally they go about things, how they go about taking your feedback or not taking your feedback, how they go about all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, Jay Allen Brack stepping down means Nothing other than just a relief and hope that maybe the new people are less of figureheads and actually have opinions, actually have something good and intentional in terms of what they're trying to achieve and what is their vision. What is their vision to pivot whatever is happening at Blizzard, and specifically, as I'm most involved and most interested in the future of World of Warcraft, what will he do? What will they do, those substitutes to Jay Allen Brack, in specifically World of Warcraft space? So, in summary, once again, not to drag this for too long, Jay Allen Brack stepping down, overall good thing, overall don't like him, never liked him, think he's kinda useless and short-sighted, and now he's stepping down, 2 other people coming in, remains to be seen if they're gonna do anything good. I don't think there is anything else to say here, unless you particularly, for example, know anything about Jen O'Neill and Mike Ybarra. Unless you know something specific about them, I would love to hear in the comments down below, what do I not know about them? Let's see what happens. My last point on this, I want to say that specifically as a person who is passionate about World of Warcraft and who thinks that World of Warcraft has been in a horrible place for a while, I believe that any product development, and World of Warcraft is a product, lies with the leadership. So yes, there are smart, creative people, blah blah blah, all of that kind of stuff, and yes, the development by good people, by the good features of the game, good ideas, all of that probably has been hindered, probably has been dampened, probably has been somehow the atmosphere, the environment was not fostering this type of good atmosphere for development of a better product. So I give it that. But still, a lot of it is in leadership. And who is leading World of Warcraft? Ian Hazzikostas. He is an ex-raider, and he is fairly determined, clearly, over the years, to keep the game as a playground for raiders with some fairly boring, self-contained gameplay loops for casuals, such as world quests, such as all the numerous mini game systems that they've introduced in Shadowlands. So in this particular case, again, I don't want to make it just about that particular point, but I am thinking that them replacing Jay Allen Brack is not going far enough, and they need to also replace Ian. It's nothing against Ian personally. I think he's a lovely guy. I met him in Sydney long ago when Warlords of Draenor was launching. I talked to you about that in one other video. I have a photo with him. But at the same time, I think where he takes the game and how passively, clearly his leadership is treating the game, how on the interviews with Preach Gaming, with Mike, how sort of defending their very stubborn position on how they see the game and how they see the future of the game and features of the game versus what clearly the community wants. I'm not a fan of that. Yes, a leader needs to be strong and they need to have their own direction, but they need to take in some good stuff. Yoshi P from Final Fantasy XIV, from Square Enix, is I understand, it's an amazing example, and World of Warcraft, it would be insane luck for us to get someone Yoshi P-like for World of Warcraft, and it probably is not going to happen, but at the same time, someone like that. My point is that Blizzard Entertainment, World of Warcraft specifically, needs someone like that, and I refuse to believe that there is just absolutely no one who could do a better job than Ian, or have just fresh pair of eyes on this game to bring it somewhere better. That's all I'm going to say on this. So this new leadership at Blizzard piece of news, you know, it's kind of, yes, we're making changes, so I'll acknowledge that it's a good thing that they're removing one dummy. But did they just replace that dummy with 2 other dummies? I don't know yet. And I think that we need to wait and see what happens. Now, if we move on to the other piece of news that sort of more or less triggered the creation of this video, it was the swap of leadership, but it was also this Blizzard employee letter to leadership. So obviously there was a group formed within Blizzard Entertainment, Activision Blizzard maybe as a whole, the ones that are supporting this movement, unionizing basically a little bit. I would call it a union, you know, without going into the minute details of what constitutes a union versus just a working group or whatever. I'm not a lawyer, and it's not about that. It's not about pedantics. It's more about the fact that this letter represents the view of the employees who had enough. who had enough. They obviously want to capitalize on the power of this lawsuit that's going against Activision Blizzard, and they finally want to make a stand. Good on them. The main thing here, again, not to waste your time or my time, but what I wanted to say, is the fact that they are unearthing here the fact that when Bobby Kotick came out very recently, and I didn't comment on that, like I said to you, it's not the essence of this channel. I don't want to talk about it. I kind of had to today. When Bobby Kotick came out and said, we take it very seriously. We have employed a very, very serious law firm, WilmerHale, to take care of all this stuff. They will take your feedback. They will work with you. Come to them, blah, blah, blah. To people who are uninformed, like you and me, probably, right? At face value, we're like, wow, they are taking it seriously. It's a big firm, looks like they have good credentials, like at least from what Bobby Kotick and his original message chose to tell us. Turns out, and this is not the only source of this information right now unearthed here, I also watched other people's videos who do a lot deeper, more dedicated theme for them is to unearth these kind of things. So I watched their videos, I got some information from there. Turns out WilmerHale is a big firm, but this WilmerHale firm is famous in suppression of unions. It is famous for dampening, getting rid of any employee-driven litigation. Its pride and its image is in protecting corporate rights, not the rights of employees who in this particular case were wronged. So what this letter says is that we are aware, as this employee group, we are aware of the fame of WilmerHale, and we don't think it's adequate because of these specific points listed there. You can go to MMO Champion or just pause the video and read on the screen right now what's written there. I don't want to read it for you. I agree with this, and I'm glad that these people are calling it for what it is. And at the moment, the court of public opinion is a very powerful thing. We will talk in a second about the investor call, and I think that they are sitting pretty. Money-wise, they're fine, sadly. But money-wise, they're fine. Because a lot of people who are passive, they're passive. They would be classified unoffensively, but there is such a technical term out there in the world. I don't know if it's technical term or just a term, sociological term, which is called useful idiot. There are too many useful idiots who are playing World of Warcraft. They are unaware of the news. They choose to not vote. They choose to support specific status quo. So they enjoy it. Is it their right? Yes. But are they useful idiots in a global sense of the word from the position of the company? Company thinks, oh, we have all these useful idiots to A, protect us from people who say anything wrong about us, to, attack the attackers, so to speak, yeah? And at the same time continue paying us for rehashed products, for stale content. So they're useful to us. They're useful to us. So if you don't believe me or think I'm trying to offend you, I'm not. Look up or like Wikipedia useful idiot. Like do that. Google it. Google it. You will find what it is. What I'm referring to. There is a specific corporate world term. So I support this letter. I think that I do not know just how far it will go, but the court of public opinion, rebroadcasting from IGN, rebroadcasting from more prominent kind of names in the industry, in the gaming journalism industry, and other kind of people, Kotaku, other kind of places. I think it's still bad publicity for Activision Blizzard, and I think these days it's fairly easy for these people to boost and amplify visibility of their message, and possibly the big wigs and possibly those people with big bellies in the oak-clad boardrooms counting money that come from a rehashed product that useful idiots continue buying. And I'm talking about Classic, World of Warcraft Classic. I know a lot of my people play World of Warcraft Classic. I know I'm erring here on a very, very fine line of maybe offending you. I apologize if that's how it comes across. I do genuinely apologize. Because I love my people, and everyone is allowed to have fun however you have fun. But my position on this happens to be so that you are allowed to have fun, you can choose to do it. But in the eyes of the company that does a wrong thing, you are a useful idiot. because you are continuing to buy a rehashed cheap product that they create. And right now all their success, financial success, at least in World of Warcraft space, hinges specifically on that fact that you are consuming the Burning Crusade and just generally WoW Classic. That's where their success in that particular part of the money bag that Activision Blizzard makes and reports in the earning call, that's what it hinges on. Since we're talking about it, we might as well move on from this letter, won't we? You can take a look at the details of the investor call. Generally, point is that their MAUs, monthly active users, are a little down. Well, quite a bit down, few million, yeah. But their money is up. And at least they think that they can continue broadcasting it as a success, and as World of Warcraft is in a good place, as a franchise, not as retail, not as where we want to be, or I, for example, want to be in the present day and age, not in somewhere that I've played 14 years ago, right? When the Burning Crusade was the thing. A lot of people choose to play it. It is very hard for me to express how I feel about it without inadvertently offending someone else, and I already genuinely apologized if that's how you take it. I do think, however, that their success in World of Warcraft space, at least, I'm not even going to talk about Activision Blizzard because they have other properties and other kind of stuff. They're, you know, it is what it is. They sit on a money bag. But the fact that they say it's all good in the World of Warcraft land, just because they've taken, dedusted, blew the dust off the Burning Crusade, gave you a stale product and you're paying for it, it just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. Can you choose to pay for a stale piece of bread and eat it? Can you choose to do it instead of the bakery baking something new for you? Excuse me, something is in my eye. Yes, of course you can. It's your money. It's your money, it's your time. You can choose to do it. But it is a position of a useful idiot for a company, because they're like, why be better? Why be better? Why treat our employees better? Why get better developers? Why change game director? Why do anything if these useful idiots continue paying us for a stale piece of bread? Why? That is all I'm trying to say here. That's how I feel about it. And that's where I'll wrap this up, because there's no point continuing to rage here or whatever. I hope this came across at least as a rational kind of position. I tried to be as factual and not personal to anyone in this particular case. That's how I feel about these three massive kind of things: Activision Blizzard investor call, Blizzard employee letter to leadership, and the change in leadership at Activision Blizzard. Now is your turn to let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you care? First of all, if you're a Final Fantasy XIV fan, you probably don't even care, but I would argue that you should, because World of Warcraft is a massive neighbor to Final Fantasy XIV. Troubles in World of Warcraft land are a massive reason why a lot of us, well-wishing, good, I think, contribution to the society of Final Fantasy XIV, why we are even over in, I would call it, our home now, because I am consciously, firmly sitting now in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not cool with any of this, and I'm not going back to World of Warcraft land, even if they suddenly come out with another letter and say, here is a roadmap, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, please give us some money, Gyro. And I will say, no, not until A, more heads roll. I think personally that Ian Hazacostas needs to step down as well. And until I see substantial change in the product that I may or may not choose to go back to and start paying again for. That's my position on this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. There is no right and wrong in this case, as long as we remain mutually respectful and express our own opinions on this. That's it. In the next video, we will be going back to Path of Exile and Final Fantasy XIV, away from all this noise, because this stresses me out. This is annoying. I tried to avoid it, but like I said already many times in this video, I had to express my opinion about this because I'm an adult. I have a mature opinion about sale of digital products, how people are being treated in the workplace as well. I'm very supportive of the Blizzard employee movement against all this, and I'm supportive of the industry, other kind of massive entities in the industry that are trying to rebroadcast this, that are trying to bring this to light and give this a bit of a volume. That's my position on it anyway. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope some of this was enjoyable in an analytical or informative way. Obviously, there was not much entertainment in this video, but this is a one-off. This is a bit of an off-topic, and I welcome your comments down below. See you later. Thanks very much. Talk to you again very soon. Bye bye for now.